Hi guys, this is Mike Garner from MrMikeGarner.com, and I'm making a live presentation in the MBS group, which is Mike Body Spirit. I've come on early so I can do the double introduction. This will be on Mr GTV YouTube channel, and I will be doing demonstrations of tarot for your consideration on Mr GTV. I've asked members of my MBS group and other people to give me numbers. I'm going to do one card readings. These one card readings are powerful, but they're not in depth spreads, and I won't be revealing too many private details because it's a public reading. In my in-depth one-to-ones, which are about 60 to 90 minutes, we get really into what I would call the nitty-gritty. I've just been explaining that I work three ways with two decks of cards. I work with spirit, I get inspired, my guys talk to you, your guys in spirit, and I get thoughts that come through me, not from me. And I work with the cards, which basically are just iconic symbols, colours, numbers, images, and I work with you. I collapse time. In the oneness, I empathically sense you. Some of the guys that are giving me numbers won't be coming live. That's always a challenge because I like to feel your presence, but done many of these probably for about 25 years, and it's always positive, it's always powerful, it's always important. But I've got to say, by spiritualist law, under license, that this is for your entertainment, and any advice that I give you is for your entertainment. So take all this with the love that it's intended. It's powerful. Make your own mind up. I'm not trying to convince anybody. I'm never saying that I'm right, but I know that what you hear will be what you need to hear right now at this moment on the 2nd of November 2021. So if you're watching, there's 7 people watching at the moment, there's more people coming in, just sign in please. And I'm going to work with the first person that's given me the 13, Francis. So I'm going to count down 13 cards and away I go. I've probably got about 16, 17 readings to conduct. I'll go as far as I can while I've got the energy with me. If I find that I get through 5, I'll do part 2 tomorrow. If I get through all of them, well, let's just see where we go. I'm just saying that when we start. So Francis, I've got the number 13. Even if you're not Francis, or the next person I'm reading is Jacqueline and then it's Beatrice, and I'm going to go down the list. It's important to watch because you'll get insights for yourself and you'll get ideas as to how I work. And I think this is how you should view the world, and you should view the world. The world is a world of images. The world is there for us. The world is there to give us signs and clues and direction. And these cards are just one way of doing that, but you can actually look at anything, take a snapshot of it and read it. I'm teaching in my MBS group at the moment what I call insight awareness, and with every scene, with every scenario, if you think of it as a tarot card, you'll get information from it which is a clue for you. The universe and God, God, the grand organizing designer, your higher self, is always trying to point you in the right direction. Even the shit that happens in life is there for you to shift from, to go from shit to shift, to go from formation to transformation. In other words, we're here to evolve, and these readings and everything in the world is there to help you evolve, to help you transcend to a higher, more vibrational level, so you have a more heavenly life, so things don't feel so much like hell. So Francis gave me 13. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13. There we go, 13. Suffering in silence, Francis, comes up with the number 9, which is actually a prayer from heaven. So you've probably had something at the moment which is something that you didn't want. You're probably getting a response, a situation, an event, and you possibly feel this isn't fair, this isn't what I bargained for, this isn't going the way I want. Well, trust me, Spirit is saying here that it is, and it's got a blue border, which means that it's from voices, it's from words. So there's argument or there's conflict in conversation. This is for Francis. This happens to many people, and the answer is no. And the clue for everybody, and specifically for Francis, is that this particular lady has gone as far as she can. She's climbed this ladder, she's at the top, she can't take this situation any further. She's got staff, in other words, she's got support. It could be if you are in employment, there's staff supporting you, or if you are an employee, your staff are supporting you. But this is a staff that is resting, and you're resting now with peaks to climb. It's very positive. You're being told no, which is 9. The German word for no is 9, and yes is ja. And it's a message from Spirit, because you are suffering in silence, but ultimately you'll get what you deserve. So I'm going to take from my other pack. Okay, here, the Fool. It's a still point, it's a 0, it's new beginnings for you. And you've got to become more playful, Francis. You've got to laugh at the situation, and because there is joys to come. Life is a circus. It's a pantomime, and it can seem very cruel and very unfair. Do not suffer in silence. Verbalize it, talk about it, express it, share it, and find some fun in it. I'm going to say to you something, Francis, that my father said to me, and it was very good advice, and it comes from an old expression which you probably heard if you're British, which is, I suppose one day or someday in the future I'll look back and I'll laugh at this. When something goes wrong in your life and you're in the doldrums and you're down and you're low, people will say, well, this will soon be over, and one day you'll turn around and look back at this and you'll be able to laugh. You're not laughing at the moment, but you'll be able to laugh. Well, I'm going to say the absolute opposite. I'm going to say, don't suffer in silence. Suffering's a choice. You don't have to suffer. You can take the learning, you can embrace the learning, you can thank the universe for the no or the thing that you didn't want, because when one door closes, another door opens. And as my father used to say, which was a contradiction to the old expression, which is, I suppose one day I'll look back and laugh at this, he used to say, laugh at it now, get over it straight away, don't wait for the future to make sense of it. It will always make sense in the future, but laugh anyway. Always laugh. Laugh at your adversities. In other words, the things that go wrong, it's a choice to suffer. Don't suffer. Embrace it. Raise yourself to the challenge. Rise up to the challenge, and laugh now. And then in the future, when it makes sense or you're in a better place, laugh again. Laugh twice. It's rather like somebody comes to me who wants to lose weight, and they'll say, well, I know when I lose weight I'll be a lot happier. Well, be happy now. Be overweight and happy, and be happier when you are the weight you want. You know, if you've got a crap relationship or a crap job or something's gone wrong, find some humour. It'll help you get through it, it'll raise your energy levels, and then have a real good laugh in the future. But don't wait for the future, laugh now. Don't suffer in silence, Francis. Share it. You've got to the top, the answers are no, but there's new opportunities, 2 of them. And verbalise everything, express what you want. If you share, you'll find that people care. Thank you, Francis. Jacqueline's the next person who's chosen the number 51. Okay, I will tell you that Francis chose 13, and 1 and 3 is 4, and that's stability. And for Francis, what you've got to do at the moment for yourself is you've got to create stability in this situation where you might perceive that you're suffering. Create balance first of all, and then start laughing. Jacqueline, 51. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You guys in the MBS group just signed in. There's 8 watching. Just say hi in the box. Just say hi so I know you're there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There's two 20s, that's 40. I'm counting to 51, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51. I think my daughter Catherine's watching. Sign in, Catherine, and if you can come on cam, I'll bring you on cam. So I've got Michelle, I've got Julian watching, I've got Kathy watching, but there is 8 watching, but there's only 3 people signed in. Please sign in so I know you're there. Thank you, guys. This is for Jacqueline, 51, and it comes up with material harvest, and again it's a number 9, so it's a no at the moment. So you're looking, Jacqueline, at your lot. You are auditing your physical possessions, which is a good thing to do. You should always, what I call, take stock. The card suggests that it's food, which is nourishment, and that nourishment could be physical, mental or emotional. It's coins, so that's finances, and it's also water, which is actually, you are auditing yourself spiritually and mentally. The card is suggesting that you shouldn't do that. The card is suggesting that you should just live in the moment, that you will always have what you need. You're not going to be needy, you're not going to fall short, so enjoy the now. It comes up with healing for you, healing, which actually now, I mean, I'm picking these randomly, this is how it works, and it reveals the story. But for you, Jacqueline, it's not so much about auditing your lot, it's not so much about consolidating what you've got, although I do teach that you should always check in with yourself, physically, emotionally, mentally and spiritually. But what this is saying is concentrate on balance, concentrate on yourself, concentrate on, this particular card is suggesting that it's your energy on a physical level and your state of mind mentally, and particularly your insights. So it's not, this card is material harvest, and it's saying no, don't waste time at the moment. You should always audit yourself, but for you specifically, Jacqueline, don't spend time looking at the physical. Spend time on building vital energy, that's internal personal power, and healing your mind and being insightful and intuitive for the higher vibrational things, not money, not coins or finances. It's actually talking specifically about your spiritual vibration, your mission, your purpose, your radiation, where you can make a difference in interactions, energy exchanges. That's what it's talking about. And what it's saying is heal your mind so you can see your opportunities and get the energy that you need in your solar plexus, charge your batteries so that you can actually take advantage when you see the connections that you've got to make. I think you've got to get out and start to share and care. I know you are a caring, sharing person, but the universe is offering you a mission here. But it's not about stuff, it's about conversations, it's about radiations, it's about vibrations, it's about spiritual connections, and that's your mission, Jacqueline. Okay, so that's exciting. I'm pleased for you. Beatrice, 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. If anybody wants a reading, 1-to-1, I'm always available for that. Beatrice, throat chakra. Change the way you talk. It comes up with 5, which is changing. You actually chose 22. 22 is 2 and 2, duality 2, and 2 and 2 is for stability. So it's creating stability, Beatrice, creating stability by changing the way that you talk. And it could be creating stability in changing the way that you talk to yourself, because you've got 2 voices. You've got the one that you talk to the world with, this is through your mouth, and you've got the one that you talk to yourself with, that's in your head. That's that constant dialogue that's going on all the time, And you know what that's about, Beatrice, but it's saying change that dialogue. Work on your throat chakra, and the crystal for that would be blue. Get a blue crystal under your pillow at night to harmonise with your throat chakra, to heal your throat chakra, and to work on that voice in your head, and change that conversation, and that will change your vibration. And it comes up with control. So this is you ruling, this is you dictating, this is actually all about talking actually with more authority, that you become more sovereign. Let me just see who I've got here. Okay, so I'm just got my daughter there coming in. So here's Catherine coming in. Hiya Catherine, you're live in the MBS group, and good to see you. I'll just turn this camera around. I've got two cameras working, so we've got a few people in the group. How's things with you tonight, Catherine?
All right, it's okay. I've got two kids in the background, so if I have to vanish, I'll vanish.
Okay, well I've just done a reading for Beatrice, and I'm working now with Michelle on number 33. So this is Kat Garner, my daughter, and
33.
30.
All the threes.
So well, I count 33. What do you think is the relevance of 33 for Michelle?
Okay, 33, celebrate, joy. Think about your goals and give yourself space to be able to actually execute them, because I talk quite a lot about the fact that we don't give ourselves enough room and space to allow a new possibility or opportunity to come into your mind, because you're too cluttered. And if you haven't got your mind, body, spirit, soul all going for the same thing, you've got no room to be able to take anything else on. So therefore, the opportunity isn't going to open the door for you. And it might even be an unknown. You might actually have a goal that you don't know about.
Now what I'm doing,
What's that?
I'm just showing people that I'm videoing for Mr. GTV that the voice that you can hear on this camera is my daughter Kat Garner, and you can contact her at connectwithcats.co.uk, and she also does tarot, and she's given us advice here. So card 33 for Michelle comes up with this, which is truth.
Oh, I love that card.
So for Michelle, for me, this is the Libran scales, and it's a lady that has joined the group, and it looks like she's ready to take this leap of faith and go through a portal of opportunity. How do you see that, Catherine?
Yeah, there's definitely questions being asked and being put out to the universe about what direction you're heading in. And I think quite a lot of the time it's about understanding who you are now and actually aligning yourself with the new version of you, having encountered the things that you've gone through in the last maybe 12 months. You're a new person, and have you allowed yourself to adjust to that new person, or are you still working on repeat as the old person? Because quite often we hold ourselves back by just saying yes and no to the things that we're familiar with, rather than allowing ourselves to think, actually, no, I'm a completely different person now. I'm going to say yes to this. So you've got to align yourself and kind of be honest within yourself, so that the door opens and that universal window shows you the truth of who you are and where you're heading and what your purpose is. So, and that guy is in a purple gown. It's very spiritually guided, isn't it?
Absolutely. I'm going to go with, and that's a really good explanation of that card, Catherine. I'm going to go with the 33 that you said, which comes up 3 and 3. It's two trinities, but it comes up with 6, which is that 6 is asking a question where 9's getting the answer. And the card says truth, and I think that you've got to be truthful with yourself, Michelle, as to what you're asking. Because you're here, you want to be taking this leap of faith and going through this portal, but you want to be going through the right portal. Quite often.
Yeah, well, actually, the 6 as well, what you just said before, is a yes.
Yes, it is a yes. It is a yes, where the 9's a no. So it's a yes if you are honest with yourself. Quite often, though, what we can do is pursue things And it's just, I'm just going with this, and you'll tell me, Michelle, if this fits, but you can pursue things almost like a people pleaser for other people. And that's not being true to yourself. And I think it's a time now for you to be your woman on your path through your portal. And it's like Catherine said, it's a new beginning for you, but you've got to be honest about that. And in that honesty comes a level of selfishness, which some people find very difficult, that they want to please everybody else and then they don't get what they want. And I think this is a time for you. Now I'm going to pick a card from the other deck to fit with that, and it comes up with this one, Catherine. I'll just show it to you as well. Interesting, this.
Love that.
Me too. Missing piece of the jigsaw that's in your hands. This is Michelle being honest now, and I think that you've got to sort of say, what is the bigger picture for you? Because you are near to completion in this particular goal. And it's a very peaceful picture of serenity there, isn't it? You know, and it's black surround, which is very much now for you. So Michelle, you've got to be honest with yourself, because I think you've got the power. You're ready for the journey. The portal of opportunity is there. And I'm going to come up also, and it's the first time I've given a prediction now, but I think you're going to find that on the 20th of this month, that you're going to have an opportunity to maybe take that leap of faith. I'd be very interested to know, Michelle, what... oh, here you go. She's answering here, Catherine. Can you see? I'm telling lots of people no nowadays. That's good. That's good. You know, because you're a kind person, that you'll be saying that from the heart. Saying no is very, very empowering, and you're protecting yourself. And I do feel that on the 20th you're going to have something which is quite significant, that maybe you can feed back into the group and let us know what happens. But it's going to be an opportunity for you to go through that portal. What you're going to say, Catherine?
That jigsaw puzzle there, I've never ever said this, but it brings a lot of like memories of childhood to the front, just the face and the blue image of it being a boy. And I don't know why, but I've just got a child that's a boy in my mind, and it just it kind of thinks that there's like a truth within a child. I don't know where I've gone with that really, but it just screamed to me child boy.
I would suggest to Michelle maybe that she listens to wisdom coming from children, because from children you'll get the truth. It's not contaminated by adult toxicity. And it might even be something from your inner child, but that's getting really deep for a public reading. So we'll move to...
I love that stuff, though. Let's go there.
Well, I know Catherine particularly specialises in that, if anybody wants to talk to Catherine about inner child work. So we'll go for Felicity now at 7. So Felicity, new member to the group, welcome. God bless you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Stay as long as you can, Catherine. And it's rejoicing celebration with the number 3. Heart card. So for Felicity, clearly for me, very, very happy emotional time for you, and looking for groups of 3 people, maybe 3 friends, 3 family members, but it is cheers, congratulations, and it's a time for lots of orbs, lots of positivity. Let me just take this. I don't know what you're getting with that, Catherine, but it comes also with that's interesting. It comes also with maturity.
Yeah, that's good. I get the flow of water through that card, which is cups to me.
Yes.
Which is emotions and how your emotions run. And quite often we block ourselves because we hold on to consuming thoughts about emotions rather than just letting them flow like water. And the cups, the chalices, remind you to flow like water. And that maturity there in that card, which is kind of like all in full bloom, you flow better with creativity when you're full of water.
That's Catherine's children you can hear in the background.
Sorry.
I'm just telling you the camera.
That's my cue to go. I'll say that and then I'll go because I don't want to ruin this. But thank you very much for having me on, and I'll see you soon.
Take care, Catherine. Enjoy it.
Thank you, Dad. Bye.
Bye, 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 bye. Comes with thank you, Catherine. It's really good that Catherine was there. She's gone. Thank you. So this comes up for you, Felicity, with maturity. And this rejoicing celebration is, in my opinion, a rite of passage. No problem, Julia. No problem, Julia. You're not late, and I'm actually going to do your reading in a couple of cards' time. You've not missed anything. I'm working at the moment with Felicity, and Pamela's next, and we've got rejoicing in celebration. We've had Catherine giving some really good yin female insights, and Mark's just joined us as well, and we've got maturity. So I think this rejoicing celebration is actually a recognition or an acknowledgement of your recent authority and sincerity. And although I say we should be childlike and not childish, I don't think I've ever had a conversation with Felicity, but I think she'll take from me, with the greatest of love and respect, the fact that there has been moments recently where she's gone into child, and she can rejoice in celebration because she's shown a lot of maturity at the moment. That's really good. I've not actually done this with anybody so far, but I'm going to take another card for Felicity, and the card I've chosen is 7, which is the card is 7, and I've just got you that you've come on with 7, Sasha. I will get to you, but I took numbers yesterday and I've got 16, so it's possible, Sasha, with respect, that I might not get to you tonight, but I will be doing a part 2, but stay with it, and lots of love. Crown Chakra is a continuation for Felicity, so to continue your development in the direction of maturity, I'm going to say that it comes with spiritual maturity, which is spiritual authority. In other words, in the same way that I'm listening at the moment to divinity flowing through me, as Catherine did to get this wisdom, I think you'll get your best wisdom, and you'll be able to celebrate more this Trinity when you're actually on a spiritual mission, when you're actually finding what I call your major definite purpose, which is the reason you're incarnated. Pamela, I hope you can take that, Felicity. Pamela, 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. You might have heard a card drop. That might have sounded like a mistake, but when you drop a card, it's jumped out at you. It's jumped out at you. So I'm going to take the 2 cards together. Just for you guys watching this on Mr. GTV, you're not getting the interaction here, but I will tell you that I'm going to be doing lives, tarot lives, in Mr. GTV, but I just wanted you to hear me work. You're only getting half of the conversation, but you should be getting a pretty good idea how I work, and it will probably stimulate you or motivate you to take part when I come live in on YouTube. Okay, so this is now for Pamela, number 20, and it comes up with balance for you, Pamela. Balance. It's the 1 and the 1, which is the angel number. I feel for you that you are at a turning point where life is having spiritual meaning. And the card that I dropped, that was the card that you chose at 20, and this is the card that I dropped by what I said was a mistake, but nothing's a mistake. And this comes up with creating more stability for yourself by turning away from your discontent and boredom and getting out of the rut of where you've been and enlightening yourself by, see, you can't make this up, that came up with balance. That's the card that you chose, the angel number, and the balance number is 4, which is the middle chakra. 3 chakras above, 3 chakras below. So what it's actually saying is don't get too spiritual, don't get too material, physical. Find that balance at your heart. Your major power comes from your heart. Radiate, create relationships, heart to heart, loving relationships with like-minded people, and bond with them. And that's where you're going to get through your discontent and boredom. It's not so much connecting in spiritual groups, that's part of it, and it's not so much partying in social events physically, that's part of it. It's finding the middle ground for you. It's connecting to things that you love to do and loving what you do. And if life's felt like a bit of a rut, Pamela. You're in the group and there's lots of learning, and the more you learn, the more you can share. And I feel that it's time to come out of the closet now. I think that it's time for you to be more vocal, to actually share your beliefs. I mean, maybe you say you are, but it suggests to me that you've got to come out more of the Earth Angel. That's the first card, the Angel. You're gathering tools. That Angel, the 11 card, he had a utility belt of tools. Now you've got the tools. I know you've been around me and other people in spiritual groups. I think possibly Spirit is actually asking you now to sign up and become a spiritual warrior, more active in that dimension. And I would completely support that, Pamela. So now I'm going to Julia, who's chosen the number 27. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Joey's choosing the number 27. Normally, if I was doing a one-to-one reading, I'd say choose a card. You can't, because it's online. So you give me a number and I count the cards down. 27. I go 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm on a roll. Again, material harvest. Now I've had this card before for somebody else tonight. Okay, so this is counting cards. And I actually told the lady before, because that's how I felt inspired to communicate this card, that you shouldn't be bothered about material harvest. You should be concerned with spiritual gifts. I'm not going to say that to you, Julie. I'm just going to say for you that you should take this card at face value. That you should now be auditing your life in terms of the food in your cupboard and how you get the food in your cupboard, the coins in your purse and wallet, in other words, your finances, and your spiritual life and the way that you ebb and flow. And there is an abundance there for you, but it's time to check in and not to miss all aspects of how you sustain yourself and your family and get your security. There's no doubt that you're going to be okay. There is an abundance, okay, but this is a male card and it's actually wearing the trousers on those aspects, and it comes up with conditioning, and this conditioning is, don't be conditioned, don't be one of the sheep. These are the sheep, all in white, and you are a dormant lioness. You've got a lot of power, Julia. You've got to express that power, get on a mission, and actually get around you what you deserve. See the fruits of your efforts. See the fruits of your efforts. Make some goals that are going to get you to a better place in the world. That's what this is saying. And don't follow the crowds. You're a leader. So whether it's at work or your family, and I suggest it's both, Julia, that you aren't a follower. You're not one of the white coated sheep. You are this lioness. And don't be dormant. Roar and get what you deserve materially in the physical world. Your physical world should be a reflection of the effort that you put in. Ask the question, how can I serve? Serve and get the rewards. Jane Cook. Jane, your card is 37. Just interestingly enough, Julia, the numbers that you chose, 27, okay, is 2 and 7. 2 is duality, and you can be two extremes, okay? You can display two personalities, balance those, and the 7 is actually the balance of those on all 7 chakras. In other words, don't come from heart all the time, don't come from head all the time, don't get physically aggressive or physically down in the dumps all the time. It's balanced between all 7 chakras, and I think you can have that duality, and that's saying find balance in that. And there's 2 and the 7 together is 9, which is the divine, and there is a divine plan for you, which is what this said. And if you connect to that, get yourself on a mission and you'll get more of what you desire and deserve. Jane, 37. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 31, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the card. 37. Intuition, Jane. Tokens, money. Definitely money and rewards. I'm showing this on 2 cameras. I've got Mr. GTV YouTube channel here, and I've got the MBS group, Mind Body Spirit, here. These guys I develop, these guys I share information with. If you want to develop, you need to hop over and get into my development group. It's £10 a month for charity. I'm talking to you with a brew, doing tarot with a cup of tea. Intuition. If you've signed in, I've got 7 people watching. I know there's people watching who haven't signed in, because there's 7 of you and there's only a few of you signed in. Sign in so I know you're there. If I know you're there, I know you care. So just sign in. Intuition for you, Jane. What that's saying is that there's money for you, there's rewards for you, but you're only going to get them if you're intuitive. In other words, it's not a matter about information, it's a matter of inspiration. It's a matter of being creative, new designs, higher, lofty conceptual ideas, and you'll get your rewards, because there's a door that's not opened yet for you, okay? 2, duality of view. I've just mentioned that actually to Julia, and it's never an insult. Everybody has 2 sides. We have a yin and a yang, a male and a female, a sensitive and a dominant, but we also have a positive and a negative, and it's finding the balance between those. There's no problem at all being black or being white, being male or being female in your behaviour energetically, the way you express yourself in your personality, but it's not getting stuck in one or the other. It's finding balance between the 2. So it's finding balance in your personalities, Jane. They're all useful. Pull them out like tools in your toolbox as and when needed. You're sensitive and you're assertive, you're creative and you're analytical. All those are good. You're male and you're female, but it's having the intuition to know when and where to apply them, and that's going to be the key to getting the tokens. Friendliness it comes up with. Friendliness. So that's the guidance, and again, comes up with 2 on that card. You can't make it up, and it comes up with 2 on that card, randomly picked from my Osho deck, and it's collaborations and it's friendliness. So you're going to get it from friendliness and companionship and mutual respect and love and kindness, rather than being on your own and breaking bridges rather than making bridges. So build bridges, don't burn bridges, Jane. Won't go any further, but that's the clue for you. And I'm going to go now to Helen. I'm on a roll here, so it's going well. Helen at number 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Spirit is saying love begins. Okay, so this is an outpouring of love, it's a renewal of love, it's all about the I am, and Spirit is saying that there's going to be new loves in your life. It comes up around courage, so it's actually you've sown them, you've had seeds in a hard place, but it's fruited. Okay, so it comes up with the 13th. Let me just work this one out now for you. Where are we in terms of the date now? It's the 3rd. So in 10 days time, some of the roots that you've planted, Jane, you're going to have an opportunity to express them, to start something again that you love. It might be rekindling an old love, but it actually suggests that it's actually a new love in your life that you're going to start doing. There's an outpouring of love. Catherine was talking before about water being emotion, so it might be something that's emotional for you on the 13th. I'm going to pick a card for you. It's a bit random. Okay, that's random, but it's in your hands. Okay, and there's hope. So I'm going to suggest that maybe you've been a bit in the wilderness, that you've been a bit on a roll, and that role that you've been on has become a bit of a rut. Helen, I don't know anything about what's going on in your life, but I'm just intuitively telling the story for you, that you've been on a roll, it's become a rut, but as I said, It's going to come from the 13th in 10 days time. It's going to regenerate, rejuvenate, and you're going to find new purpose, new meaning, new emotions, and new positivity from the 13th. Let me know what it is, Helen, and I'm going to go for Lucy, number 3. 1, 2, 3. Shadow self. You're a positive lady, Lucy. I've been watching your posts, and you've been posting some great stuff on Facebook. But there's two sides of you, and at the moment, the light side has got the upper hand, but it's saying don't be complacent. On the 9th, it's come up actually with 3, which is Trinity. So there's 3 people in the story, 3 aspects of you also. But on the 9th, there's going to be a challenge where the duality of you, the dark side of you, and that's not necessarily Lucy Shen and your reflections. Okay, so Catherine's there. She can't come on cam. She's had to go because the children are needing her. You could probably hear them in the background, but Catherine's actually putting in something there. So Catherine's seeing that card, my daughter, and is contributing on text saying Lucy Shen and your reflections. So they actually have a closeness that I haven't got. So Catherine knows something there. But what I would say is this dark side doesn't mean a nasty side or a negative side. It just means that your shadow self, and we all have a shadow self. If you look at the yin yang symbol, there's a white crescent with a black dot and a black crescent with a white dot, and you need it all. And at the moment, Lucy's better being her sun self, which is male dominant, assertive, bright, and that's got the upper hand. But she's being given a warning by Spirit not to become this moon self, which is actually, funnily enough, female, and Lucy obviously is a female, and she's being told to guard herself, that she doesn't become too conceptor channel sensitive. There is an abundance for you, Lucy. Things are going well, and it's suggesting to me that you don't allow yourself to downward spiral, that you, Catherine's saying reflections. I think possibly Catherine and Lucy need a conversation about something that I'm not aware of, but I'm just getting an overview, an insight into this. Catherine knows the detail. If we were able to pull more cards in the spread, I'd get more out for Lucy, but it's a public reading and I'm not going to go there. But just be aware of that shadow side, which isn't a bad side. It's just that moon side, which sometimes that sensitivity is useful, but it can take away your dominant power. And if you're having to be forceful and wear the trousers, which the cards suggest, sometimes being kind and sensitive can inhibit your progress on certain paths that you choose. Rose 27. God bless you, Lucy. Thank you for that help, Catherine. Rose 27. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25, 26, 27. Moving on, Rose. Moving on. Coming out of the darkness, and it's about time that you moved into the light. It comes up with the number 6, which is yes, your time, Rose. Your time to come out of your rut, or come out of the darkness, and to shine in the lightness. Cloak telling me that to do it, you've got to come out safely and protected. Don't come out brash. Don't come out without awareness. Come out protected, and it's watch your back. Not that you're going to get stabbed in the back, but have awareness that you don't want to have your guard, don't want to be vulnerable at all. To be specific with this, isolation. Isolation. You're going to be doing this on your own. Now, I know from the past, and I've probably got an unfair advantage, a bit like Catherine did with Lucy before, but I do know something of Rose, even though she's in South Africa and we've never actually physically met. But from group conversations, I do know that she's part of a team. This coming out and this turning round for the first time in this reading is you and for you alone. This is going to be done in isolation. It's not even going to be done with other members of your family. This is purely for you. And I feel that it's time actually that maybe you are more selfish, Rose. That there is a time, even though you're a parent, that your development can get lost in being a mum. It can get lost in being a member of a team. That it's time for you to come out and celebrate yourself. That you find your own light, and when you light yourself up, you'll be brighter as a stronger light for everybody else. But it is actually suggesting, Rose, and it's the first time I've ever said this to you, that you actually shine on your own on this occasion. That it's isolation. So it's just for you. Norma's 18. I hope you can take that, Rose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18. Upside down emotional loss. At the moment, I don't know anything about you, Norma, but it's saying that on your mind is you're radiating a vibration of a memory of love. And that's very nice. That's very comforting. I do that all the time for my passed over parents, who I talk to every day. So it's keeping that communication going with memories of love from the past, and having that heart vibration, which is very, very edifying and very, very satisfying. And it's coming up with healing. I got this card. I mean, I've got 120 cards in that deck, and I pulled the same card as I did for a lady before. But this particular card is for you, Norma, regarding this emotional loss, and find some healing. And it's get your head round it and don't let it take your energy. I've got a feeling also it could be lost regarding a situation that's on your mind. And that situation, I'm guided by the cards more than anything else, is that you haven't chosen wisely. That possibly you feel that a decision that you made, this is a separate thing, but I'm going down this path because I'm guided to pick more cards for you, particularly Norma, that you've chosen in a way where you've lost something. Maybe you made a decision and it backfired, and you're being given another opportunity now to choose wisely to get over this loss. And don't go into fear or bitterness or be twisted about losses in the past. It's to start with a new energy. I very much feel that you are able to do that, and I also feel that what you can do is you can learn from that in the past. It's actually coming up with silence. So although you've had emotional loss, and I said to a lady earlier that you should share and talk and vibrate through your voice, actually this is saying stay in stillness and serenity, and choose wisely. And because it's in silence, that you actually don't seek counsel. In other words, that you don't share the decisions in the future. That maybe you've had the emotional loss and it's up to you and you alone, because you are your own best expert, Norma, to go forward with something that the cards are saying is very much on the cards now. Hope you can take that. I'm going to go now to Mark, who is number 30. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Oh, there's some guys in Mr. GTV who'll take part in these, because I've got very few guys in the MBS group, a couple, maybe 2 or 3, including me. And I'm on a mission to wake guys up. Why on earth or in heaven do guys not think tarot readings are for them, or do they not think that healing's for them, or spiritual psychic stuff is for them? I have no idea. In ancient times, all the wizards, all the shamans, all the witch doctors were men, and then all of a sudden there seemed to be a turning of that. And it's right, really, that, I mean, you know, males and females either shouldn't dominate. But now we have an imbalance in the amount of witches if you like, or light workers, or whatever words you want to use, spiritual people, all the earth angels, in my experience, are predominantly women. And we need men. So come on guys, if you guys in Mr. GTV and any of you guys in MBS know of men that want to get on board with this, get them into the groups and get them watching these things and get them interested. So this is Mark at the moment, emotional withdrawal Mark. Time to meditate, and meditate is medicate, heal yourself. Time alone, emotional withdrawal, less emotional turbulence, heal your heart, and when you do that, 8 is the gate, you'll bring heaven down to earth. So it's time alone. One of the reasons I came to Thailand, to heal, to have solitude, to have connection. And this is the child who's locked out, and this is the inner child. I don't want to go deep into this, Mark, for you, but you're not an outsider, my friend. Don't be an outsider. Okay, it's time to change. It's time, in my opinion, to emotionally withdraw, build your power, heal, and then to break through this gate. And do it now. Do it now. Emotionally withdraw might be protect yourself emotionally. Step back emotionally and actually find your power. And in other words, be aware of your emotions, but then protect your emotions so that you don't get hurt. But it doesn't mean don't do nothing, Mark. It means do something, but don't get hurt. Emotionally withdraw and do something. Some people emotionally feel that they can't cope, but you can, because you're a powerful guy. We're all powerful. So protect yourself and don't be the outsider. It's time to change, Mark. It's time to don't allow this inner child that's the sensitive part of you to resonate an inner weakness, because you're a strong guy, you're an intelligent guy, you're an interesting guy. We've had some great conversations and you offer loads of positive contributions into the group, lots of friends there. But I'm going to say one thing, don't be locked away. Get out, come out of yourself and physically come out. Don't be trapped behind that gate. Throw that padlock away, put the key in the lock, throw it away, and come out and let people see how amazing you are, Mark. Catherine, 5. I think I will be able to complete these tonight. So Sasha, who gave me 7, she'll get a reading. Catherine, 5, who's my daughter. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Power, Catherine. Okay, so you're a powerful lady. Be powerful with everything that's going on in your life at the moment. It's having this lion, lioness, this shaman. You're definitely the shaman. You've got the male authority. You're leading a group. You're a seer. You've got the power. Focus on your power and you'll bring heaven down to earth. In other words, your life won't be hell. It will be heaven, but it'll only be heaven if you've got the power. So build your power. Receptivity, it comes up with. Receptivity. This is the lotus flower. So it's power and peace. And if you are powerful and peaceful, not turbulent, not emotionally imbalanced, if you maintain your power, you will be able to hold your hands up like this lady is in the receptivity card and celebrate and be a winner and be triumphant. But the power, the lotus flower, if you look at the image, is actually on the head. So it's having peace of mind, a peaceful thought life. And the lotus flower develops, Catherine, in muddy waters. I know I'm teaching you or saying something that you teach. But for you at the moment, muddy waters, shitty things going on possibly, or by other people would be perceived as that, but you and I know it's all part of the journey, it's all learning, and it will flower as long as you've got the power. I love things that rhyme. I'm going to leave that with you there, Catherine. I think you'll take that. Marion, 62, flower power, Catherine, wonderful. And also, you chose 5, and you know that's changed. So life's changing, but it's changing in a positive direction. And quite often through experiences that seem like muddy waters, but if you go with it, it'll flower into something beautiful. That's what the cards say. You can't make it up, and you know these cards, Catherine, so you can put your own interpretation on that. Marion 62, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, nearly at the end, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If you want a reading, you know where I am. Contact me, and any contact details where you're viewing this presentation. Give you a private one-to-one, pull some cards for your past, present and future, or help you with the current situation, or go to my website and I've got some mentoring things there about working with the cards, tarot, empathic readings and blah blah blah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 41, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. Temptations, Marion. Temptations. Okay, physical temptations of love, or maybe things that you love and you've got to push it away. It's not the key. Somebody's going to give you, or you're going to think, this is what I need, this is the solution, this is going to unlock the problem, this is going to change my life. No. Tempting, but no. Push it away. And it's going to happen round about the 16th of this month. So round about the 16th, that's another date I'm predicting. You're welcome, Mark. Mark's just replied on here, guys, if you're watching it. Thanks, interested in lots of ways as always, food for thought and action. Totally agree with you. Julie Ashworth, I gave you 24 in the group, not sure if you got it. Yeah, I'll get to you next, Julie. Okay, cool, thank you. Yeah, I've got you here. There you go. Just so you know, can't make it up. Julie, 24. Got it there. There you go. Got you, Julie. No worries. And Julie, by the way, she's watching the series that new people have come into the MBS group, which is called Change Your Ways in 7 Days. If anybody on the Mr. GTV wants to do that, I'll engage you in that on a one-to-one basis. And there was a reference to a rainbow link, because when I made the videos, it was actually for a group that knew the rainbow link, and people in MBS know the rainbow link, but the new members don't. And she's reminded me to update that tomorrow, and I had it in my mind to do it, but she's prompted me, so appreciate that, Julie. And I didn't understand what you said in the message, but when we had that conversation on text just before I came online, I appreciate you explaining that. Thanks for your patience, and I'm prompted now to teach that rainbow link. And if you guys want to know about the powerful rainbow link, all these things you guys don't know that I'm prepared to show you, all you have to do is step up and ask me, and I'm here for you. So back to Marion at 62. Temptations that you should push away. Yeah, don't be physically tempted by anything that you're thinking of doing that's a hedonistic physical thing that you think will make you happier and think will move you towards what you think you deserve and desire. The answer is don't be tempted. There's something better for you, and it comes with going with the flow. Going with the flow. So actually going with the flow might seem quite boring, where you might think, oh, I'll do this, or I'll have this person, or I'll attend this event, Julie, or this sounds good. It might sound good, but the cards, which is spirit, are actually saying don't go for it. Just excuse me. Don't go for it. Actually go with the flow. In other words, go where you're already going. Just row your boat gently down the stream, and don't turn off for any temptations, whether it's a person, a thing, an object, an event, a place, a space, or a face. Just stick with it, Julie. It comes up for me with this, moving on. Had that card before for somebody else, but for you, you are moving on. So don't be tempted by what's being offered. The universe, God, Spirit are moving you on, but they will give you the signs and wonders and guide you. Don't make the same mistake that you've made before of going with your own temptations. Resist temptations, go with the flow. You are moving on, and Spirit will guide you as and when appropriate, but it's not at the moment. You've got to stay where you are at the moment. Don't go for change. Don't be tempted to do something just in the spur of the moment, a knee-jerk reaction. Stay where you are, Marion. Julie, I'm with you now, Julie, and you've come in at the right time. 24 in the group, yeah, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, so 2 and 4, 24. 2 is duality, so there is a duality in you. Said that before, that's not a criticism. We've all got a duality, but it's be aware of it at the moment. The yes and no's, the blacks and whites, the males and the females, the positive and the negative. So whatever it is, find balance at the moment, Julie. And the 4 is balance, so it's find balance. 4 is balance, and the 2 and the 6 is a yes. So whatever's going on for you at the moment, it's a yes, it's not a no. So in other words, there's going to be a positive outcome where you're going. And the card comes up with deception and envy. Okay, so what this is all about is it's taking off the blinkers and it's seeing things for what they are. So it's seeing your truth in your current situation. It's seeing your truth in the current situation. So whatever situation is going on for you emotionally, financially, or in the workplace, or wherever you are, whatever you're doing, it's finding your truth. And while you've got your own subplots going on, all the side stories, there is a main theme that's going on for you at the moment that other people don't get. They'll have their own agenda, and the only thing that you should do is listen to yourself. And you've just been told by Spirit now that the answer is yes, that your outcome's going to be positive. So don't be put into a negative frame of mind or a negative energy by other people's dramas. That's got nothing to do with you. And this, again, I brought this out before, is 120 cards, and I'm actually pulling this one for you to get. It's be light and bright. It's be childlike, not childish. It's find the fun. It's the Fool card. So although things might not seem at the moment for you, I'm suggesting might seem to be challenging. It's find the fun in a challenging situation. It's look for the silver lining in it, Julie. I'm going to choose another card for you now. I'm just shuffling the deck so I get... Okay, so it's finding the truth. And I pulled this card before for somebody else, can't remember who it was for, but it's actually, at the moment, you are here, ready to go over to this Libran scales and go through a portal of opportunity on the 20th. So on the 20th of this month, there's going to be an opportunity for you to step forward and become a better version of yourself, Julie. A better version of yourself, to go through this portal, this new opportunity to change your life. Now, I'm not going to go into any details because it's a public reading, but I would say that's very positive. So in a situation at the moment, take the blinkers off, see it for what it is, don't listen to anybody else. The answer is yes from Spirit, and Spirit is saying there's a portal of opportunity that's through there on the 20th, and if you're ready for it, don't listen to anybody else, be powerful, don't be distracted. The answer is yes, go for it on the 20th. Hope you can take that, Julie. And the last reading tonight is Sasha at number 7, before my batteries run out and I'll lose Wi-Fi here in Thailand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Thank you guys for being patient. I didn't know if I was going to do this in 2 parts. I didn't know if I was going to have the energy to continue this, because it takes a lot of spiritual energy to keep connected. But I've had Catherine on earlier, so thank you. If you watch the replay, Catherine came in and contributed. And for you, Sasha, there's mental conflict. And there's a man doing your head in, and it's duality. So you're in 2 minds, but there's a man, an angry man, and there's mental conflict. Okay, that's actually, funny enough, is a good card, because you know, now it could be the male in you, or it could be an external male. I think you'll know the answer to that. But don't have conflict from anybody, particularly a man, or from the spine line yin version of yourself. And it comes up with celebration. You should be celebrating at the moment, and there's 3 people that you and 2 people should be celebrating. You shouldn't allow this to spoil it, or him to spoil it, if you can take that, and I think you can. and this is not a physical problem, it's a mental problem. Once you get your head round it, the problem dissolves, and then you get into celebration, and you'll be celebrating with 2 other people. This is your tribe, this is the distraction, and it comes up with, for me, foundations and achievements in your house. It's actually settling under your roof all affairs so that your house becomes a pleasant place to be in, which is what it should always be for all of you. If you're not in a good relationship, sort it out. If you're not in the house that you want, sort it out. If you're not in the job that you want, if you haven't got your house in order, sort it out, because you should never ever settle for second best. And Spirit know, because they've got the overview, they've got the bigger picture, and the answer from Spirit is in the cards. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining me tonight. If you want an in-depth reading yourself, I'm here for you. That's just been a demonstration for your consideration. Never saying that I'm right, but as I say, I work in 3 ways. I work with the cards, I work with you, and I work with Spirit. And it's been an absolute honour. So good night.